What's up, people of YouTube? This is Troller here, bringing you guys another video to my channel today, and it is really early in the morning, but I am recording you guys another top 10 video for my channel, and this week's top 10 is going to be the most OP guns in Call of Duty history. Now, I have a couple of honorable mentions, and just to throw this out there for you guys, this list was actually really hard to make. Just for the fact of the matter is, I feel like I'm going to get hate for this list because it's going to appear, these lists are my opinion, so they're going to feel favoritism towards particular games, and it's not like I dislike the games that I'm listing as having OP guns, because that's not really the case. Actually, as a matter of fact, one of these games is a classic to me, and I actually enjoyed it quite a bit, but it's more or less the fact that it's just kind of, I don't know, historic to me. And the game that I enjoy the most, which is Black Ops 2, just, I've always said since I played that game that I felt like I could pick up any gun and go double positive at least with it. And that still holds true, which means that there's a lot less overpowered guns in that game, because if there was, then everybody would be using that one overpowered weapon like they do in Advanced Warfare with the BAL or the ASM-1, and etc, etc. So I'm going to kick this list off, and I'm going to give you guys the honorable mentions. And the first honorable mention I have is the Modern Warfare 2 Spaz 12. This gun was ridiculous. People could just pick this gun up, and it took some skill, but you could pick this gun up and practically own the map with it. I've seen nukes and double nukes and triple nukes just off the Spaz 12. It's just complete, it blows my mind. I've never understood it. And then the Black Ops 2 R870, which this gun was a very frustrating gun. It wasn't as much that it was like you get destroyed, like, I mean you did, but it wasn't as much of like you would get destroyed and it made you mad. It was the fact that, like, every time somebody had this weapon, you knew you were gonna die if you were any time close to them. Like, if you were any place close to them, you knew you were gonna die, and it was very annoying, and I hated it so much. But I had it gold, you know. Actually, I had a diamond, and I mean, everybody used this gun at some point in time, and everybody had a blast with it. But that is why it's an honorable mention and not on the actual top 10 list. Now, to start off this top 10, at number 10, I have the Call of Duty Ghosts MTAR-X. Now, the MTAR-X, the reason why it's at number 10 was because it was practically the only weapon used. There was the Vector there for a while towards the end, and there was also the Remington, which is what I preferred using. But the MTAR-X, it was very borderline overpowered. It was one of those guns where it's just kind of like, it was mainly more of the fact that it was one of the only good guns. Like, that game didn't really have any OP guns, but this is the closest that it came to it, and I kind of felt like it deserved to be on this list, so that's why it's at number 10. Moving on to number 9, we have the Modern Warfare 3 MP7. This gun had such a large clip, and it just had no recoil. It was literally a laser. You could just hold down the triggers, just mow down everything. So that's why it's at number 9. Moving on to number 8, we have the Modern Warfare 2 UMP45. The Modern Warfare 3 one wasn't quite as good. It was still definitely good, but you could throw on a suppressor on the Modern Warfare 2 UMP45 and a couple of other attachments and just do slight work of everybody on the map, and good memories. Okay, so for one, I was not much of an SMG fan. Never really have been, but this gun just completely obliterated everything. Moving on to number 7, we have the Advanced Warfare ASM-1. I was really wondering if I should even put Advanced Warfare guns on here, because we don't know what they're going to look like in a month from now, if they could be dog shit or if they'll still be as good and viable as they are now. So the ASM-1 is on here because it is pretty much the only good SMG in the game right now. The MP5 or MP5K or whatever it is in this game is actually pretty good. Like, it's not too bad, but I have not mastered the art of that weapon. I can't get close enough to get a lot of kills with it, so but its damage isn't bad. It's a viable option, but not the one I would recommend. Moving on to number 6, we have the Black Ops 1 FAMAS. Now, this is pre-patch, of course. The Black Ops 1 FAMAS was the only gun that anybody used. I remember, this is when I really started heavily watching YouTube videos. People would hate on others for using the FAMAS. So, for example, they kind of do that with the ASM-1 and BAL now, but I don't give a fuck. But, for example, some big YouTuber would be using the FAMAS, and it was December or January or whatever that the game had released. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're so bad. You're using the best gun in the game." It was ridiculous. It was so fast. It had a lot. It didn't actually have that much recoil compared to the other guns in the game, but it was like, it was another one of those laser guns. And for Treyarch, that's a strange concept. Anyways, moving on to number 5, I have the Advanced Warfare BAL-27, which is the gun I am actually using in this gameplay. The BAL-27, it was ridiculous. I mean, it's not as good now, but it was ridiculous because you could be using an ASM-1. I could walk into a building. You could be literally behind me and shooting at me, and I could turn around and beat you with my assault rifle in the same room. And that's just not how that should work. And so it definitely, I felt like this gun needed to be here. But, you know. So anyways, moving on to number 4, we have the Modern Warfare 3 ACR. I have so many good memories with this gun. I loved it to death. Used it all the time. Called it my Willy. I haven't really had another gun like that since, besides the Call of Duty Ghost Remington. I really liked that gun for some reason. But, yeah, that's pretty much what we have there. At number 3, we have the Modern Warfare 2 ACR. Now, this gun was legendary. It was, I consider the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 ACRs pretty much similar, like, to the, they're pretty much carbon copies of each other, in my opinion. The Modern Warfare 3 one wasn't quite as good, which is why it's a little bit lower on the list, or higher, however you want to word it. But the Modern Warfare 2 ACR was definitely superior and king. Moving on to number 2, we have the Modern Warfare 2 dual wield models. Oh my god. I've seen so many gameplays of people running around with these and just destroying everything. And I mean everything. Okay, last but not least, we have the Modern Warfare 3 FMG9s. My friend actually called that these were going to be one of the most OP guns in the game, and I feel like these are the most OP weapons in all of Call of Duty. Everybody uses them, everybody got kills with them. Ugh. Anyways, guys, for links will be down in the description as always. Please remember to like and subscribe, and deuces.